Hi everybody, and welcome to the Tree of Life Astrology and Tarot. So today I'm going to be giving your forecast for the week beginning, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're actually here, April 12th through next week. So let's just say we are on the verge of some spiritual breakthroughs. As some of you may know from my last video, we are dealing with a lot of retrograde action here in the month of April. However, we're about to see the energies lighten up a little bit by the end of this week, just in time for Easter. So as of today, we have the moon in Scorpio. So we are looking deep within, and it's also opposing Mercury, which is currently in retrograde in Taurus. So the energies we're going to be feeling through today and the next couple of days is going to be kind of a really heavy type of energy. It can be a highly emotional type of energy that you may be feeling, and that's also due to the fact we're just coming off of a full moon in Libra. And of course, Libra is all about relationships and how we connect with others. So it's also a deep connection with ourselves and our own emotions. So if you're feeling a little emotional or like you're kind of all over the place, there's a good reason why. In all this retrograde energy that we're going to be feeling this month, there's going to be lots of reflection. Self-reflection as well as reflection in our relationships, where they're going, what we want to do with them, and where we see ourselves in the future regarding relationships. So it is about seeing the bigger picture, being able to step back and just view the picture for what it is. I don't recommend any type of action regarding any types of new projects, any types of new relationships, because what may seem like a real fabulous opportunity right now, in a couple of weeks, well actually starting by this week, when Venus goes direct on the 15th, things that appeared to be an opportunity or looked really good may have a whole new perspective by next week. So I'm just telling you guys, just hang on for a little bit while we get some of this energy out of our way over the next 3 or 4 days. Now, as we get into Thursday on the 13th, this is an extremely powerful day. And what I mean by that is you're just going to want to do things your own way, despite what anybody else is telling you. It's you may feel like this bull-headed, stubborn type of energy. We are in Taurus, as a matter of fact, so it's a very fixed sign. It's all about the earth, getting your 2 feet on the ground. And Tauruses are known that once they get their minds made up, they won't budge once they have their mind set on something. It would take an awful lot to talk them into trying something else or wanting to do something else. So this is the kind of energy we may be feeling. And you're going to have your own direction, your own way of wanting to do things. And if someone is actually suggesting that you do it a different way, that might aggravate you a little bit. You may feel a little irritated over that. So just prepare yourself for those types of energies. Now on Friday, we're going to have the moon moving into Sagittarius. So once the moon has just moved out of Scorpio and starts moving into Sag, that's when our energy is going to finally start to lighten up a little bit, because Sag likes to have fun. They like to travel, and it's also the philosopher type of sign. So it's very intuitive. I always think of Sagittarius and Pisces as the 2 types of signs in our zodiac where you can really get in touch with your intuition, really get in touch with your higher self, and at the same time have fun doing it. Sagittarius will definitely lighten things up a little bit for us. So just, again, be very careful on what you consider a perceived opportunity with Venus in retro, and this is the very last poke at us by Venus. Because after Friday, on the 15th, Venus finally goes direct. So this is awesome. And as you know, Venus rules love, beauty, creativity, as well as your finances. So any types of struggles that you have had with relationships, for example, you just feel like you can't seem to get your point across, or you can't seem to find the right line of communication, or just can't seem to meet the right people. Those types of struggles will start to finally lighten up by Saturday. Relations with everybody, including ourselves, our own inner emotional selves, will start to feel much lighter and much smoother, and we should finally start to see a little more clarity when it comes to these things. So hallelujah, we finally have Venus moving direct. Now keep in mind, she is still in Pisces. Pisces is all about our higher mind, our thoughts, our spirituality. So you will find it getting a little easier to get in touch with your inner emotional self by the time she comes direct. And you may also find that any types of financial matters, any type of money matters should also start to smooth out. Lo and behold, imagine the timing on the 15th of April when our taxes are due, right? So hopefully you have those done and you've got your I's dotted and your T's crossed, especially with Mercury in retrograde right now, before you enter in your taxes. And of course, last month I recommended everybody get their taxes done and get them done and in and signed off way before this Mercury retrograde. But if you haven't, just double check your work and just make sure everything is A-okay before you go handing it in. So Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means she's at her best. When she's not in Taurus or Libra, Pisces is probably the next best thing for Venus. This is awesome for all of us. We should all start to finally feel much, much better when it comes to the love in our lives, how we look. Our creativity should start to bloom and blossom again. For those of you who have kind of hit a roadblock as far as your creativity is concerned, those types of things should finally start to lighten up. So it's just good news all the way around to have Venus going direct. Okay, you'll start to feel some soft, happy vibrations by Easter, which is perfect for this holiday. And I myself, I really enjoy Easter, not only because it's usually in the spring, which is all about renewal, rebirth, resurrection, but the day of Easter means a lot as well. Whether you're a Christian or not, it is all about rebirth and renewing ourselves. So this is the perfect opportunity through this weekend going into next week to look into how you want to transform yourself so that you can see more success in the future. And transformation as far as what are the inner blocks that you have been running into recently that are keeping you from moving forward? Take some time out, meditate a little bit, think about these types of things. What kind of questions are you asking yourself that is keeping you from reaching your ultimate goal, reaching your ultimate dream, right? So in the long run, we should start to see a lot more success, a lot more love, and a lot more abundance after the 15th of April, despite the fact that we've got Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, and we're about to see Pluto going retrograde on the 20th. And I'll definitely get way into depth on that as we approach that next week. God, I can't believe I'm talking about almost the end of April. My next week is going by so fast. So I'm just calling this week the week of spiritual breakthroughs. It's the coming together of ideas. It's a heightening of your creativity. And while it may seem a little intense, a little heavy during the beginning part of this week, all these energies should really start to lighten up by Saturday and Sunday, just in time for Easter, as well as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week. So it should be a good week, or end on a really good note. And I believe most of us probably have the day off on Easter. We're all getting in touch with our families, getting in touch with our spiritual selves. So it should just overall be a really good weekend for all of us to come together and just enjoy our relations with each other and ourselves. All right, you guys, that is your forecast for this coming week. Should be pretty smooth. And just in time as we start to get into some more intense energies by the end of next week. So just prepare and enjoy these lovely energies that we're about to run into for this coming weekend. All right, you guys, I wish all of you a very blessed Easter. May Spirit light your path. I wish you lots of love and light, and namaste.